Good morning, class. Today is Thursday, April the 23rd, 2020. Today, if you'll pull out your math packet, and we are looking at pages 261 and 262. We are going to work on the general review page. So let's look at the class practice. Again, we're working with equations. So for one, it says solve and check these equations. So 1a, n plus 3 equals 8 times 2. This is 1a. All right, remember that we solve what we know first. 8 times 2 is 16. Now to get n by itself, we have to do the opposite. So n plus 3 minus 3. And what we do to one side, we have to do to the other. 3 minus 3 gets n by itself. 16 minus 3 is 13. Now let's check it. Plug in 13 where you see n. 13 plus 3 equals 8 times 2. 13 plus 3 is 16. 8 times 2 is 16. These are equal, so n equals 13. All right, 1b. b plus 6 equals 4 times 3. Solve what we know first. b plus 6 equals, what's 4 times 3? Good, 12. Okay, now we have to get b by itself. b plus 6 minus 6 equals, what we do to one side, we subtracted 6, we're doing to the other. 6 minus 6 is 0, so that leaves b by itself. 12 minus 6 is 6. Now let's plug it in. 6 plus 6 equals 4 times 3. 6 plus 6 is 12. 4 times 3 is 12. These are equal, so b must be 6. It has to be 6. b equals 6. Okay, 1c. n minus 7 equals 6 times 7. Solve what we know first. n minus 7 equals 6 times 7 is 42. Now we have to get n by itself. So n minus 7 adding 7 equals what we do to one side, we do to the other. Negative 7 plus 7 leaves n by itself. 42 plus 7 is 49. Now plug in for n. 49 minus 7 equals 6 times 7. What is 49 minus 7? 42. 6 times 7 is 42. These are equal, so n equals 49. 49 is our unknown number that we didn't know when we started out with, but now we do because we know how to solve the equation. All right, number 2 is multiply. We have 2/5 times 3/8. Okay, you're going to look this way to see if there's a number that you can divide into evenly to these numbers. Okay, we'll use 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Now we can multiply because 3 and 5, there's not a number that we can multiply or divide into. So 1 times 3 is 3. 5 times 4 is 20. So 3/20. All right, for B, you have 4 ninths times 3/7. 4 ninths times 3 3/7. Okay, look this way first and see if there's anything you can divide it by. There's not, so let's look this way. Well, we know 3 can go into 9 3 times. 3 divided by 3 is 1. Now let's multiply. 4 times 1 is 4. 3 times 7 is 21. 4/21. The next one is 8/9 times 3/4. Okay, well we know 4 will go into 8 2 times. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 9 divided by 3 is 3. Now multiply. 2 times 1 is 2. 3 times 1 is 3. 2/3. All right, for D, you have 3 times 2 and 3/7. Okay, when we have just a whole number, we're multiplying. Remember, we're going to put it over a 1. Multiply. Before we can multiply a mixed number, we have to change it to an improper fraction. 7 times 2 equals 14. 14 plus 3. 17, and use your denominator over 7. Okay, looking at this, I know that there's nothing I can divide into. So now I have to multiply 17 times 3. What is 17 times 3? 51 over 7. And we can't leave this like this because this is an improper fraction. So we we divide 7 into 51. 7 will go into 51 7 times. 7 times 7 is 49. Subtract it out. 11 minus 9 is 2. We're taking this remainder and we're making it our numerator, and this is our denominator. So our answer is 7 2/7. All right, E, 15 times 6 2/5. 15 over 1 times 5 times 6 is 30 plus 2 is 32 over 5. Okay, 5 divided by 5 is 1. 15 divided by 5 is 3. Now we can multiply. What is 32 times 3? We have 96 over 1, but we know when we have a denominator as 1, that equals a whole number, so 96. All right, and F, we have 72 times 1 3/4. All right, 72 over 1 times 4 times 1 is 4 plus 3 is 7/4. Okay, now look and see if there's a number that you can divide into from 4 and 72. All right, 4 will go into 72 18 times. All right, now 18 times 7. You're left with 126 over 1, which equals 126. Okay, let's go to fill in the blanks on the review part. 3A, 1 yard is equal to how many feet? Good, 3 feet. B, 1 kilogram is equal to how many grams? Remember the prefix kilo means 1,000. So 1 kilogram is equal to 1,000 grams. C, 1 decimeter is equal to how many centimeters? 10. D, 1 century is equal to how many years? How many years are in 1 century? Good, there are 100 years in 1 century. E, 1 bushel equals how many pecks? Good, 4. 1 metric ton equals 2,200 pounds. G, 1 hectometer is equal to how many meters? 100. H, 1 gallon is equal to how many pints? 8. I, 1 day is how many hours? How many hours are in a day? Good, there's 24 hours in a day. J, you have 1 deciliter is how many liters? Deca means 10. So there are 10 liters for every 1 deciliter. 1 year is equal to how many days? 365 days. And L, 1 hectometer is equal to how many decameters? Good, 10. All right, number 4, you're solving the equations, the measurement problems. We'll do those together. All right, you have 24 pecks minus 3 bushels equals how many bushels? All right, you don't have to change this one because this is what they're asking for. So we have to convert pecks into bushels, okay? Remember, when you're going from a large number to a small number, you multiply. And when you're going from a small number to a large measurement, you divide, all right? So we are going from pecks to bushels. So we're going from a small unit to a large unit. So we are going to divide. All right, now we're going to divide 24 by something. So how many pecks are in 1 of these bushels? 4. All right, so you're going to divide 24 by 4. All right, and you're left with 6. Okay, so now 6 bushels minus 3 bushels, it's 3 bushels. All right, for B, you have 3 liters plus 6 hectoliters equals how many liters? All right, we'll keep this the same. This is the one we have to convert from hectoliters to liters. All right, we are going from hectoliter to liter. So we are going from a large unit to a small unit, so that means we're going to multiply. Now, how many liters are in 1 of these hectoliters? There are 100. Okay, so we're going to multiply 100 times 6. That gives us 600. 600 plus 3 is 603 liters. All right, on page 262, you're going to do all of number 5, all of number 6, number 7A, and all of number 8. All right, let's look at 8A. Madeline bought 11 feet of ribbon for $1.32 per yard. How much did she pay for the ribbon? First thing you're going to have to do is convert feet to yards. Alright, so you had 11 feet. You're converting that to yards. Alright, you're going from feet to yards. So you're going from a smaller unit to a larger unit. So you're going to divide. How many feet are in 1 yard? Oh, I'm sorry, how many yards? Yeah, how many feet are in 1 yard? There's 3. So you're going to divide 3 into 11. 11 divided by 3 is 3, because 3 times 3 is 9. Subtract it out. 11 minus 9 is 2. Bring this up. So converted, 11 feet is equal to 3 2/3 of a yard. Okay? Now you're going to take 3 2/3 and multiply it by $1.32. Okay, what do we have to do with a mixed number before we can multiply it? 3 times 3 is 9, plus 2 is 11, so 11/3 times $1.32 over 1. Can you divide 3 into $1.32? Okay, we'll go 44 times. So you're left with 44 cents. Then you multiply 11 times 0.44, and you will get $4.84. Okay, that is for A. B. Sergey's grandmother sent him $10 for his birthday. He gave 1/10 of it to church. He spent 1/5 of it on a toy and spent 3/5 of it on a shirt. So how much money does he have left? All right. So he started out with $10. Okay, so he gave 1/10 to the church. Okay, this is our dollar here. So we're left with $1. All right, so this goes to the church. Okay, then he spent 1/5 of it on a toy. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 10 divided by 5 is 2. So he spent $2 on a toy. Then he spent 3/5 of the $10 on a shirt. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 10 divided by 5 is 2. 3 times 2. He spent $6 on a shirt. So the question is, how much money does he have left? Well, he started out with $10. How much did he spend? 6 plus 2 is 8 plus 9. So he spent $9. He started out with $10. So how much does he have left? He has $1 left. All right, C says to change a dollar bill into 14 coins. D, Jill spent $2.55 on notebook paper. She gave the clerk $3. What 3 coins did she receive as change? You have to figure out how much she's going to have left first. So you will subtract $3 minus $2.55, and then your answer, you're going to change that into coins. Okay? And E, David spent $1.17 on a squeaky toy for his new baby sister. He gave the clerk a $5 bill. The clerk gave him 3 pennies, 1 nickel, 2 quarters, and $3. Did he receive the correct change? All right, again, you'll have to subtract what she spent from the total that she had. And then you'll change that into coins and see if she gave him the right amount of money. All right, so for today in math, you're going to do page 262 in the review. Number 5, all of them. Number 6, all of them. Number 7A. And number 8, you're doing C, D, and E. All right, and that's all for your math today. We'll see you back tomorrow.